Welcome to the Sustaining Creativity Podcast. I'm your host, Mari Riesberg. Over the past several years, I've combined my degrees in acting and somatic psychology to share my sustaining creativity techniques with performers. And now I've decided to share it with a bigger audience that includes you. I believe we are all creative, and this podcast is all about that. I'll be interviewing people from all backgrounds, ages, and creativity experiences to share just how creative we all are. Today, I'll be chatting with Veronika Marx, burlesque photographer. Please enjoy Veronika Marx. Welcome to the Sustaining Creativity Podcast. Today I am here with Veronika Marx, burlesque photographer. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I am very excited to chat with you today about becoming a burlesque photographer and creativity. But before we get there, why don't you let our listeners know just a little bit more about who you are and what you do?
Right. So my name is Veronika. I come from basically live in the UK. I was born in Czech Republic, but have been living in the UK for past 20 years, I think. Stopped counting after 10. I'm a mum of two little devils. They're probably after me. And basically most days, I would pretty much say 24/7, I am a burlesque photographer.
I love it. For people who are listening who may not know what a burlesque photographer is, would you mind sharing a little bit about that?
So basically, burlesque scene is, I wouldn't just say it's for burlesque dancers. I hope people do know what burlesque dancers are or what they do. But it's quite an open stage for me to work with burlesque dancers, with drag artists, and, anyone extremely creative.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why I do what I do, because I'm just meeting absolutely incredible people on a daily basis. I don't think I was ever I was born to do, I don't want to say that it's boring, like do weddings or do baby photos. Not at all. Do not want to downcast it or anything like that. It is incredibly creative stuff, but it's not for me. I just enjoy these people. So burlesque is basically a lot of people that try to showcase what they do on their stages through my photos.
Oh, I love it. That sounds fantastic. And I think, finding a niche or what you specialize in is so helpful and so important to support your own creativity, but also feel like you are supporting the creativity of others as well.
100%. Yes.
Yeah. So when
I'm very, very, very glad and pretty much blessed that they took me into the community, and that I could sometimes call myself the burlesque mom. I've got these little babies coming back to me, and we just work together. And I have to knock on wood. I have not had one bad experience, as in everyone is just super lovely.
That's amazing. How long have you been doing burlesque photography?
I think we're coming up on 14 years now.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Well, I basically started, it was not my dream, to tell you the truth. I've basically started doing photography, and I really wanted to do pinup.
Mm-hmm.
proper American style.
Yeah.
That's why right now one of my best friends, I absolutely adore this girl, is Sabina Kelly, who
Uh,
is, the pinup queen.
yes.
Um, but yeah, I've started basically shooting with the vision that I will only be doing pinup.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. But my first model was a pinup model slash burlesque dancer.
Oh.
And she really liked what we did, recommended me to other burlesque dancers, and it just
Mhm.
snowballed, and I just can't get rid of them.
Nor it sounds like nor do you want to get rid of them.
Nope, I do not.
I love it. Well, when you think about creativity, what does it mean to you to be creative?
Um, well, creativity is basically, to me, it's stepping out of the box.
Mm.
I think I possibly, probably 99%, I think I have an ADHD head. So for me, it is very important to step out of the box.
Yeah.
Just, there is a lot of things going on in your head, and I like to put them on a paper, if we can say it that way. It's just, when you just, I love facing a lot of creative challenges, and that's on a daily basis because I'm not the only photographer. There is hundreds and hundreds of absolutely incredible photographers out there.
Yeah.
So you're on daily basis, you're facing the creative challenges, like, am I stopping somewhere
Mm.
and everyone's going to forget about me? It's just about pushing yourself and learning and growing, and yeah, just basically finding some new, unique ways to express yourself.
I love it. So,
That I think is, yeah.
in your experience, the learning and growing process after 14 years of doing burlesque photography, how do you continue to grow and learn?
I've got a one thing which I think is really bad for other people, but to me, I think is the best thing what I can have in me,
Uh-huh.
and that's I'm extremely critique to myself.
Oh, uh-huh.
Even if I know that I've done absolutely brilliant job and I love the picture that I've done,
Mhm.
I have my 5 minutes of fame in my head
Mhm.
saying, "Oh my God, this is great. You're doing really well. This is the way you should continue. Perfect, well done." And after 5 minutes, I could have done this better. I could have done
Mm.
this differently. This could have, if I would have done it. So I start yet again trying to push myself and grow. And I
Mhm.
think it's overall in life, not just in photography, but in everything, I would say.
Mhm.
If you start thinking that you've made it,
Mm.
I think that's your way to go down.
Mm. Mhm. Because
When
it
you
stops
stop,
you from
yes,
growing. Yeah.
it stops you from growing, doing anything new. And I think we should, not probably in the way how I'm critique to myself, but we should be
Sure.
a little bit critique to ourselves. I think that's what's the power that's pushing us to do new things and get better. I think
Yeah.
there is always a, opportunity to be a little bit better.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think while there is opportunity to be a little bit better, it's how we talk to ourselves to get there.
Sure, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Whole another story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been, it sounds like being a photographer for several years. When you think back to like early experiences of creativity in your life, what's your earliest memory of being creative?
I've spoken about this with my husband, and we have decided that I can't say my first memory
Okay.
because it's bad.
All right.
I could possibly try to explain it in a way that no one's going to get uh, cringed, but I think that's where it started, and that's what
Okay.
I remember. I mean, other things I remember is when I have started dancing and singing and playing on instruments when I was 3.
Mm-hmm.
So first memories of me being creative were there, that I was trying to do my creativity through music and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And uh, and I remember my granddad always taking me to my to my activities,
Mm.
and I was sitting on the bus as a 3, 4 year old, and I was knitting.
Mm. Nice.
So I just loved doing things. But
Yeah.
my first one that everyone who knows about it loves it, I think that's where my mum knew, oh God, we have an artist.
She's
So I
unique.
was probably 2 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and my mum was very busy. She was a single mom of 3,
Mm.
and she put me to bed, and I don't think I was in a mood for sleeping. And yeah, after probably 2, 3 hours, when my mom was wondering why am I still so quiet in the room, she opened the door, and yeah, she was not happy. Because little me created a art on a wall, as in
Hmm.
a painting, with stuff that I had in my nappy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I think we kind of knew at that time this girl is going to be something different.
You will use whatever is available,
Oh,
right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Is
So
that
yeah,
still
I
true?
think that's my earliest artistic expression that I have done.
Yeah, I actually really love that
Yeah, I
story.
mean, I love it too, but hopefully, people listening to it wouldn't be
I
too
think
gross.
they'll be
But yeah.
fine. I think they'll understand at the age you were. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like the people in your life, the people that you work with, and
Hmm.
just photography in general is quite inspiring. But when you think about kind of your life today, who or what inspires you?
I think all the people I do work with, the absolute powerhouse women, they're
Mm-hmm.
all so different. They all give me stuff, and I am that kind of photographer that I don't like to plan ahead.
Mm.
I always get my ideas when I get that person in my studio, and I speak to them, and I get their energy, and
Mm-hmm.
we just have it check what we've got in our heads.
Mm.
And then I basically start having flashes in my head with ideas.
Mm.
So I am inspired by every single woman, or a guy, or someone who's not identified. I
Mm-hmm.
am inspired by all the powerful humans
Mm.
that I get in my studio.
I love it. And it also sounds like you're really aligning with the present moment. So whatever shows up
Yeah,
for you in that moment
yes.
inspires whatever
Yeah,
becomes of it.
yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I think the allowing creativity to kind of move through you in that present moment is a pretty unique experience. I wonder if you might share a little bit about your your kind of creative process. It sounds like once you have someone in front of you, that sparks a lot of creative ideas. But is there anything that you do for yourself to keep your own creativity alive that's separate from photography?
Yes, I absolutely love doing DIY around the house.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't do anything that relates to photography, I make husband go absolutely crazy because I build I love wood, and I do not have space anywhere to do it as in workshop, because
Yeah.
I have my studio in the house, so that's full. So you can find me in our kitchen with a saw, cutting wood, building. For example, my latest creation was a four radiator covers. And I
Mm-hmm.
do that from our kitchen, so I drive him absolutely nuts with that. But working with wood, creating things that are handmade, unique, I don't think they're extremely unique,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that's when I calm myself down and just reset,
Mm-hmm.
when I work with wood.
Mm. Nice. I love hearing the a material that helps make,
It
helps your
just
own
smells really nice
creativity.
when you cut it.
Yeah. Oh, it's
And
absolutely
when you
does.
paint it, get a bit
Mhm.
high. I don't drink. I
Yeah,
don't
okay.
take drugs, nothing. So I just have my wood.
Paint is your medium. I love
Probably. I don't
it.
know. No.
Well, for
Yeah.
for people that may not feel creative or struggle to find creativity, how would you encourage others to find creativity in their lives?
Well, I mean, maybe to explore different passions or interests that they they're scared of. They may be outside their comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
because you never know
Mm-hmm.
what actually sparks your, like, I mean, it's like with when I see my kids.
Mm.
I'm scared of something, I don't want to do it, and
Mm-hmm.
then I slightly push them and I can't get them off it.
Okay.
So just try even things that you would think that you might not like,
Mm-hmm.
because you never know,
Yeah.
and even even if you will feel like someone's going to judge you or there is going to be a failure,
Mm.
don't worry about it. You will yet again in few years look back and say, I did try it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so at least you will have something, and also finding creativity is also about embracing maybe self-discovery journey,
Okay.
you know
Yeah.
so it's something that you do for yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love that
Just
reminder.
allow your imagination run absolutely wild. And we
Yes.
all have that. As kids, we used our
Mm-hmm.
imagination to play when we didn't have any buddies to play with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone has it in them.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be afraid that anyone's going to judge you for it.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
if there are going to be failures,
Mm-hmm.
take them as your growth,
Mm. Yeah. Great
because
reminder.
that's what we all do, even as professionals.
Yeah.
If you fail, take something from it and make it better next time. So it's
Mm.
your own personal growth as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I wonder if maybe there's some opportunity here to chat a little bit about your upcoming book that's
I
coming
would
out.
love to.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
I, oh my, where to start? This is basically something that I wanted to give back, because
Mm.
the community of drag artists, burlesque dancers, and all these incredible humans that I had in my studio, they gave me the opportunity to build myself and be
Mhm.
where I am, because without them, I would have no one to shoot.
Mhm.
Photograph, not shoot.
Yeah. Yes.
Um, so I just wanted to give back, as an, it's my appreciation of what I was able to do through them.
Mm.
So this book is to be something to be to remember by
Mm.
for all those people that working extremely hard, and in this kind of industry, if you're not famous through TV shows, or if you don't have a lot of money for very good costumes and stuff, or if you're not in the right time at the right place, with everything else, even though you might be extremely talented, you might not be seen.
Yeah.
So what we've tried with Mark, who is the author, he wrote all the words. Thank you for that a million times. Because I would not be able to do that. We basically tried to put together a book where we are trying to give a platform to everyone who should be seen.
I love it. And what's the book called?
It's Life as a Cabaret.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
That is fantastic. Well, I can't wait to see it myself when it comes out. I just have one last question for you.
Yes.
What does it feel like in your body to be creative?
That is a very good question. It is crazy. It's wild, but it's extremely rewarding. So all the mess that you have in your head while you're creating something, while you're extremely stressed if it's going to work or not, all those voices telling you how to do things, at the end is really, really rewarding.
I love it. Wonderful. Well, thank you for taking the time to chat with me. And if people want to find the book or get in touch with you or learn more about your work, how could they go about doing that?
I am mostly on Instagram. My studio is called V's Anchor Studio. So on Instagram is VSANCHOR Studio, as in V's Anchor Studio. The book is so far on Amazon.
Okay.
It is in Wetherspoons. That's UK massive bookstore.
Yeah.
And there is few other places, but I'm not sure. I think it's a WH Smith. There is going to be loads, but in America, I will probably have to, if someone's going to be interested, just watch my stories, watch my posts on Instagram, because I don't know yet myself where else it's going to be.
Perfect.
But it 100% will be published on our publisher's website.
Sure. Wonderful. Well, I will put links to that in our show notes so people have easy access and they can easily find you through your link to Instagram. And thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
I hope that I made sense and people will understand what I wanted to, say.
You absolutely did. Yes.
Hopefully I will help someone. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Sustaining Creativity Podcast. We'd love to keep in touch, so follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We are at Sustaining Creativity. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Tag your friends and family so they can listen too. We love to hear from you, so leave your reviews, comments, and questions. Check out our website, sustainingcreativity.com, for upcoming offerings and creativity coaching. Tune in Tuesdays for our next episode. And remember, with creativity, anything's possible.